Okay, so glut is our simple subject, has resulted is our verb. Let's keep working on that clause, which means we can stop at revelations. Somebody want to help me out with whatever else is going on? And I'm not going to call you up here, just call it out. What other piece do you know, Brandon? Correct. There we go. There we go. A recent. More? Jacob, yeah. Very good. Which Toyota is the Toyota's for sale? Nice. So he had a pretty long subject, but it's pretty easy to diagram. A is attached to glut, recent is attached to glut, of Toyotas is attached to glut, and for sale modifies Toyotas. Which Toyotas? The Toyotas from for sale. What about the rest of the clause? Oh, somebody else? What about from Revelations? How has it resulted? From Revelations. Good. Okay. Cars have. I'm going to start calling on people because I know a lot of you are silent and yet no. Kelsey, give me another one of those words. Ignore the that. We'll use the that to connect these a little bit later. Yes? Correct. Why? Yes. See, you know what you're talking about. It's the direct object, the thing being had. What do I have? I have a tendency. Do I have a nasty? No. I have a tendency. Excellent. And I'll correctly spell it there. Jessica. Very good. A nasty. Sheila, give me another word. Come on, there's such an easy one up there that you can do your job of answering the question and then get out of actually having to do any hard work. Yay! All right. Hey, I've seen some of you folks on exams just look over the word the and then never diagram it, and then you automatically lose a point for failure to diagram a word. Every word in the sentence must be diagrammed, so make sure that you're doing that. All right, we're going to need some more space. Nope. Haha. To kill people. Above? What does to kill people do? Describing what tendency. And what is it? Infinitive phrase. But it's describing, correct? That means it falls below. Now, Jacob, you'd be correct of it popping above the line if it were doing what? That's right. If it were acting as an object, it would pop above the line. We use that little tree. But since this is a modifier and modifiers go below, we'll drop it below. But remember, it needs to look like a full clause because it actually has, or I'm sorry, it needs to, doesn't need to look like a full clause. It needs to have a horizontal line because it has, as Brandon I hear saying, an object. To kill people. So happy, happy. All right, we've got one clause. We've got two clauses. We have the word that. What's the relationship between the first clause and the second clause, or vice versa, between the second and the first? What about glut in cars? Is cars, the cars have a tendency to, a nasty tendency to kill people, describing glut? If it were, then that would be connected. Kirsten? Resulted to tendency. How? What are you thinking? Like, what's the relationship? And here's what I mean. From Revelations modifies resulted. So where it resulted, or how it resulted. Of Toyota's modifies glut tells me what kind of glut. What's the relationship between this clause and what we've got up here? What about Revelations? Teresa, you look like you're about there. You're going to say that it modifies cars? All right, what about cars? True. It's saying that the cars have a nasty tendency. That's what the clause is saying, but I'm wondering what the relationship is between this clause and this material up here. Austin?
Cars and Revelations.
How? What's your thinking?
Well, Revelations are caused by cars and nasty tendency, so the second clause describes Revelation.
You've got the right idea, but you're explaining a little bit awkwardly. It's that which revelations are we talking about? The revelations that the cars have a nasty tendency to kill people, right? So we're describing which revelations. If I say the huge revelations, where does huge go? Under revelations. If I say the revelations that cars have a nasty tendency to kill people, still describing revelations, telling me about which revelations. So I would attach that and probably have, so probably attached it at the verb.
Does it matter where it's attached to?
Let's think about it.
Wait, why is it a dot?
Because this is a conjunction. Or not a conjunction, but this is a connecting word. The word that connects these two. What is being connected to revelations? Which revelations? Cars or them having? Them having. So I would connect it to have as the most crucial word there. And there's your diagram sentence.